Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, they did it again. They sent Joe Biden out into the wild without his chaperone. I don't know what they were thinking, putting this guy in a situation of normal human interaction. As we know, Joe Biden should never be put in that kind of situation because it almost always, if not always, ends in complete embarrassment as sleepy, creepy, piss pants Joe either does or says something incredibly weird. And while this time, of course, was no different. In a very surprising, I'd say even shocking decision, Joe Biden decided to show up on MSNBC for a live interview. And well, he did one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. This guy is clearly not well, he's a dementia patient, and we simply have more evidence to suggest that that is exactly the case. It's not a partisan talking point. Just take a look for yourselves. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so Joe Biden shows up on MSNBC, and towards the end of the interview, well, while the cameras were still rolling and the broadcast was still live, Joe Biden got up and shuffled away.
Every American, whether they voted for me or not.
Well, and the ones that didn't vote for your bills but run on them.
That's right.
Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate
it's great to have you.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. It's a very exciting day around here. We'll have reaction and analysis to everything we just heard from the president.
Now, I could not record this video after initially watching this clip. I kid you not, I was dying of laughter. What on God's green earth is wrong with this guy? I mean, you could expect something like this from somebody who has no media training. This is Joe Biden. This is a man who has been in the public eye for decades. For over 5 decades, to be exact. This is a guy who in his prime has been on air quite consistently, and obviously anybody with even the slightest of media training or the slightest of basic common sense and experience just watching TV knows that you don't do this. The cameras are still rolling, and he just gets up and starts shuffling his feet like an old man like he always does, walking off the set. People are watching this live and looking at this clown, everyone asking themselves, what the hell am I watching right now? This guy's freaking lost the plot. This is dementia. This isn't a simple accident. This is Joe Biden just being a lost and confused dog. Like we've seen before, this is why Joe needs to be given cue cards, telling him where to go, who to ask questions, how to start the event, when to leave, thank all the reporters, wait for your cue, then exit the stage on your left side. You know, he'll have detailed instructions telling him exactly what to do at every single moment because his brain can't think or process information. And I've seen such a large dose of copium here. Well, actually, the president knew exactly what he was doing. He's just a very busy man and needed to move on with his busy schedule, waiting for the newscast sign-off and for the cameras to cut away. Well, ain't nobody got time for that. Joe Biden's a real busy man. I mean, the country won't itself. Yeah, okay. I'm sure that's exactly what's going on, leftoids. Joe's just a really busy boy. He's got his scheduled pudding eating time slot and diaper change coming up. Then he's got to fly to Delaware to ride his bike with his training wheels. Give me a break. Joe Biden's a busy man. He just really needed to hurry up off the newscast. I mean, you gotta be out of your mind to say something like that. He couldn't wait 10 seconds for the newscaster to sign off. Everyone knows you stay at the table and wait for the cue to know that you're not live anymore. Even Joe Biden knows that. Old Joe Biden knew that. New Joe Biden doesn't know anything. That's the frickin' problem. The guy's an old kook. The guy's out here saying stuff like this.
It's hard to tell, but he's clearly losing the war in Iraq. He's losing the war at home. And he has become a bit of a pariah around the world. It's not just NATO. It's not just the European Union. It's Japan. It's 40 nations.
We know previously he can't get the state right, he can't get people's names right, he can't get basic math right, and now he can't get the location of the place that he's causing freaking global mayhem right. He can't get anything right. I mean, wake up, people. The president belongs in a freaking nursing home. Here he is talking about plans to build a railroad from the Pacific all the way across the Indian Ocean.
We have plans to build a railroad from the Pacific all the way across the Indian Ocean. We have plans to build in Angola, one of the largest solar plants in the world. I can go on, but I'm not. I'm going off script. I'm going to get in trouble.
Oh, how inspiring. I had no idea we had such innovative plans to change the world of transportation. From the Pacific Ocean across the Indian Ocean. I mean, what's that gonna look like? From the shores of California, all the way across the North Pacific Ocean to Hawaii, then maybe a little stop in Japan, through the South China Sea, across Singapore and Malaysia, a little vacation stop in Madagascar, then maybe we'll end up in Saudi Arabia. I mean, we know they love us. I mean, despite all the copium, everybody knows what's going on here. Clearly, Joe's cognitive abilities are deficient, to say the least. The American people know it. Even Democrats now are starting to jump on.
Biden's job rating sits at just 43%. About where it's been since the withdrawal from Afghanistan. 53% disapprove. A full 68% of voters, including 43% of Democrats now, which is twice what it was in 2020, say they are concerned that Biden does not have the necessary mental and physical health to be president.
More than 40% of Democrats believe that Joe Biden is not physically or mentally fit to hold office. I don't know how many more "my butt's been wiped" brain malfunctions we need for people to realize that this guy should not be president. And really, let's be real, Joe Biden isn't the president. His handlers are. You see the very odd behavior, to say the least. And then you see his Twitter account where he's constantly tweeting, I mean, ridiculous nonsense propaganda that gets fact-checked every second, but at least it's coherent. You could tell it's written by somebody who, you know, can speak English. Clearly, Joe Biden is the facade. Joe Biden's a face. He's a puppet. He's obviously being taken advantage of. And every now and then they lob a Hail Mary, hoping that Joe Biden during a public event will just be able to pull through. And in this case, well, he kind of did for the interview, even though he mumbles and most of it sounds kind of incoherent. Actually, Andrea, Don't Walk Run Productions did a really fantastic edit.
Hi there, everyone. It's 4 o'clock in New York. The President of the United States is here. Joe Biden, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This is very exciting for us.
I just find it, I don't know how to express it. And I still, you know, that's, look, you know, I just think it's, you may recall, I got,
You know, outside of those moments, he kind of pulled it off. But then, of course, as usual, right on cue, Joe Biden does something that opens up everybody's eyes to the reality that he's not okay and certainly not fit to be serving as president. The typical Biden shuffle. It's quickly becoming one of the biggest problems at the White House. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth. One of the biggest issues for the President of the United States is he can't walk. He shuffles around, he shuffles off stage, he trips on himself, he trips upstairs. He trips on wires in the Oval Office. If the guy can't speak and the guy can't walk, then how can he be expected to lead the most powerful and important and influential nation on Earth? It's just absurd, but we've been here. We've been in clown world for a while at this point. I don't know if the nation can withstand another 4 years of whatever the hell this is. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. You know that we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.